Hi everybody, this is Amy and Kevin. We have just checked into the Myrtles plantation in Louisiana. And we don't usually make vacation videos, but we decided to make this one. Kevin decided a few years ago to start filling some of the items on my cancer bucket list from when I was diagnosed 10 years ago. And it has taken us on some great adventures. We rode the Tennessee tornado at Dollywood last year. We have been to Chef Morimoto's restaurant together, so that was great. We visited the Lorraine last year in Memphis, Tennessee. That was wonderful. But out of all the adventures we've been on, so many people wanted pictures and stories from the Myrtles plantation. So in case anybody was interested, we thought we'd put together this little video just to kind of walk you around the room and the grounds and show you what we're seeing. I don't know if we're going to experience anything interesting. Oh, let me back up a little bit. First of all, for anyone who doesn't know, this is considered the most haunted bed and breakfast in America. And let me tell you, the ambiance here, it's a beautiful old mansion. And the grounds, I don't think any videos or photos we can take will put to justice the green trees and the Spanish moss. But I don't know if you can hear it in the background. We have flown in just during a gnarly thunderstorm. And so the Myrtles itself has no television, no technology in here. We are staying in a dark room, and the lightning and the thunder, oh my goodness, they're quite the accompaniment to this room. So beautiful sounds. If you think that staying in an old house with thunder and lightning is a little bit scary, I could see that. The weather here is certainly living up to the claims of being haunted. But we're going to do a few things. I'm going to show you around the rooms and the grounds. And by the way, just to make sure, I'm going to have Kevin look at the room, make sure there's nothing funny going on in here that's going to play any tricks on us that we can spot. And also, just for fun, outside of the haunted side, they have a brand new restaurant and it is a bed and breakfast. I haven't seen a whole lot online about the breakfast. So let's take a look at some of the food too. Right now, I'm going to show you around the room. Everybody, let me show you around our room. Now, just so you know, there's a lot of doors with nothing behind them, and that's because it's a private bed and breakfast, and we're only allowed in our section of the mansion itself. Most of the mansion is not open to the public because they want to respect guest privacy. So we can only show you our little bit here, and then maybe we can get some photos from the tour of the bits that are public. It's a beautiful, beautiful old room with old furnishings, and not all of it. You can tell some of it has been updated, but they try and keep it period. So you can see over here are curtains, and then there are some pictures on the walls. I assume these are General Bradford. I'm not sure because we haven't taken the tour yet. That's coming up here shortly. We have some kind of armoire or chest of drawers over here, and there's nothing in there, just drawers. Have this gentleman over here. I assume again this is General Bradford. If I hear otherwise, I'll certainly update you, but he'll be watching over us tonight, I suppose. Right over this beautiful green fireplace. And over here we have another chest of drawers, and I'm not sure who this is a photo of. So around the corner here, it's a very big room, by the way. We have these doors over here on the wall, do not open. They go to other parts of the house that we're not allowed into. And a bathroom, which is very modern and updated. Now let's go into the bedroom over here. First of all, in the corner, that's not a ghost, that's Kevin. Say hi, Kevin. Kevin's not social. We just did have a very long plane flight. But starting over here, we have another fireplace with a large painting of the trees. And by the way, if you can ever come and you are a nature person, the green trees and the Spanish moss, absolutely amazing. The only thing that's interesting is kind of in the closet over here, and I don't know why I'm showing you a picture of this. Allegedly, some of the former inhabitants like to move around coins. So when we came in, down here there are 4 pennies on whatever this is, and I don't know what it is, and they could have been left there by a guest. I'm not going to claim it's anything interesting, but we'll keep an eye on it. There is a beautiful old wooden 4-poster bed. Sorry, 2-poster. Actually, it's a canopy bed. It's not even postered. It's an old wooden antique canopy bed and absolutely beautiful. Over here, some furniture, and you can see over here we've got this dresser with a mirror, and that sign above it is kind of hard to see in my video. I'm just taking this off of my camera, or my phone, sorry. Nothing fancy, it says Myrtles. And you can see these beautiful drapes, and if we time it just right, and I don't know that we will, my goodness, it's very dark in here, and the lightning starts up. Oh, it's something to be seen. Over here we have this old chest. And we've got some doors here that we also can't get into. So Kevin and I are going to spend the next little bit settling into the room. We're going to inspect it a bit, and we're going to go on a tour. If we get anything interesting on the tour, we'll let you know. But this is our room, just for having checked in and looked around a bit. Okay, everybody, if you can hear me, here's Kevin standing under the Spanish moss. It is raining and hailing and every kind of weather you can imagine. But if you look right out here, there's a whole bunch of ducks bathing. So yeah, this thunderstorm, it's legit. It is no joke. But I have to say, it's not hot and humid, and that is lovely. All right, we're standing kind of right in the middle of the Myrtles right now. This is the pond and the canopy. Again, I don't think the videos and photos are going to do the green and the Spanish moss justice, but absolutely beautiful if you love sightseeing. Here's Kevin looking at the pond. And there are some cabins and motel style places to stay over here, and just to kind of get your bearings.
The duck house is floating away.
Directly in front of us over here, we have, that would be the house and the general store, the original parts that were built. Kevin's pointing out there's a cute little house over here for duckies, and it's floating away. It's a good windy, rainy day. So more close up now. These little fellas are playing out in the rain. It's really not an Amy and Kevin vacation if we don't run into ducks. So, oh, they're off. Important duck things to do, I'm sure. Bye, ducks. I don't know if I can videotape this. I'm gonna try not to go on the lawn. But in this field over here, everywhere we look, there's dozens. See those little things moving? They're squirrels. There are just dozens of squirrels. And
name this place the Squirtles.
Kevin said instead of the Myrtles, maybe it should be called the Squirtles. They're tricky to see, but they're just all grazing. Here's one that's a little closer right here. But all those little dark spots in the lawn are squirrels running around and playing. I've never seen so many in one place. That's Kevin walking in front of us. We're walking through the grounds right now. One of the most beautiful places I've ever walked. But looking up, this is one of the things that makes the Myrtles famous, which are these large trees with Spanish moss hanging down. And this is the drive coming in. It's just breathtaking. Okay, so full disclosure, we just got back from our tour, and I asked our tour guide about the artwork on the walls here that we talked about earlier, and I did misidentify them. They're not 100%, but they believe that these are the sons of Sterling Ruffin, who was one of the owners. And again, you can read this all online, but I thought I would throw in that fact. Well, good morning, friends and family. It is about 5:30 in the morning, which means, yay, guess what? We survived our bucket list item. We just woke up at the Myrtles. We're getting ready to head out little by little. We are leaving a bit early, if you've noticed that. You're right, and the reason is because we heard that about 2 hours outside of town, there is a farmer's market in New Orleans, and we're suckers for fresh local food. So Kevin and I were getting ready, we're packing up, we're hoping to get out of here as soon as we can have our bed and breakfast. So to answer people's questions, nope, we have not seen or heard from any ghosts yet, any former residents, any spirits. About 1:30 in the morning, we were woken up by a very unique little screeching noise. But after we inspected, we decided it was probably some of those squirrels. I've never seen so many squirrels like I have in part of my video. So, yeah. So nothing really out of the ordinary, and that's okay. So we haven't had breakfast yet. We'll post up some pictures of that, and we've got pictures from all over this place, which we have absolutely fallen in love with. So let's talk about some of the good is overwhelming. Both of us are in love. The nature here, the animals are just wonderful. And falling asleep last night, being out here, just it's a very unique experience because we live in an era where we have so much technology and TVs, and so we could really just relax and take in the sounds. So that was great. And we would absolutely come back here, no question. Now, I know that it's certainly not for everyone. Number one, of course, if you're antsy, if you're scared of spirits, I wouldn't come here. Um, just because we didn't see anything, I don't say this about a lot of places, but I do have a strong feeling about this one. And you hear a lot of things about creatures that go bump in the night. You hear a lot of, oh, the door creaked open without anyone turning the knob. It's really interesting listening to the stories from other tourists staying here and the workers, because the stories here are so unique. These aren't little bumps or anything. People see full bodies walking through their room. They see children walking through rooms and through the grounds. And you can hear the piano play on its own and ballroom music from the ballroom. And on the other side of our wall, which I will post some pictures of, is, and I'm sorry to the people of the Myrtles if I get this name wrong, I want to say it was called the Lady of the House's room. And apparently the furniture was moved in there from another part of the house, and you can hear the furniture scuffling about at night. So it's a very unique experience, and the descriptions of hauntings are so very different from anything I've heard. So in that sense, I don't doubt that there is probably something here that's going on that's very different from other places. And at the very best, you're staying in a very old house that makes a lot of creaks and a lot of noises, and that's assuming no unexpected visitors show up. So in that sense, if you're a light sleeper or you're someone who's squeamish about things like that, I probably wouldn't stay here. But if you like seeing old antique furniture and history, and the paintings, the artwork here are original to the old house, it's outstanding. And if you like walking around the pond and enjoying the scenery, just amazing. And the people here have been so nice and so kind, from everyone from our tour guides to the women who checked us in to the women at the gift shop. It's been a great experience. And we didn't get pictures of dinner last night. That's my fault. Speaking of being suckers for local food, we didn't know anything about the restaurant going in other than it was new. And it turns out the chef here makes farm-to-table food, all cooked over an open fire. And we've never had food that good. So we ate it before we got any pictures of it, and then realized later. But the restaurant here, if you are a foodie, is absolutely, I can't describe. We had, at the suggestion of our tour guide who was vegetarian, I had a blue cheese salad with mushrooms. I've never had mushrooms cooked over an open fire. It's something else. We had some potatoes and they were called fire carrots cooked over a fire. Everything was outstanding. So if you like local food, that's another reason to come. Another thing, if you can tell, I apologize for the lighting. I've kind of got getting washed out here because I've got this bright light from my camera taking us pictures, because the Myrtles is incredibly dark. We have on every light, I believe, in the room right now, and it's still, it's a little bit darker than you're used to, and we don't have technology, so it's very quiet. So if you're somebody who likes the creature comforts of television, of having fast-speed internet all the time, not a place for you. If you like high lighting to do your makeup by, not going to be your place. But again, Kevin and I feel like we more than got our money's worth here. It's one of, it might be the most, we were talking about it last night, it might be the most beautiful place that we've ever stayed. So we've got a few hours here left. We're going to hit the road, but bucket list item crossed off. We're very happy and looking forward to seeing you all again soon back home in Utah. Bye. Hi everybody, one more magical video. We're still at the Myrtles. We're waiting for breakfast, which is about 5 minutes away. Now, one of the real perks to the General Bradford suite is that we have private access to the porch, this back porch. We're the only ones that can use it, and it stretches around. So Kevin and we came out here to sit. I can't believe we didn't do this last night. I think we were jet lagged. But we've been sitting out here for about 15 minutes and just listening to the birds and watching nature. And it's absolutely amazing. One of the things that we noticed when I was walking around the house, I can't help but wonder if Disney's Haunted Mansion is based around this. Let me kind of walk you over here. This just reminds me so much of being in the queue, and maybe because it's just based on Louisiana, but here we are at a real haunted mansion, and it just keeps going. So enjoy.